Hello and welcome back to the NWR Virtual Investor Conference. I'm Andrew Gagan. Good to have your company again. Our next company is Envirosuite, ticker code EVS. It is at the forefront of environmental intelligence solutions with origins starting in 1990. Envirosuite is an entity that stems from the combination of air quality and meteorology consultancy, real-time and predictive technologies, and world-leading innovation in aviation. Envirosuite is the global leader with capabilities across air, noise, water, and vibration, with more than 250 staff across 5 regions. Jason Cooper recently took over as the Chief Executive from Peter White, transitioning from Chief Operating Officer. And Jason has more than 20 years of experience in the tech sector in both startup and multinational settings, including roles in Silicon Valley. Just a reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, do so at the end. You can do that by using the Q&A panel on your screen. Now, let's hear from Chief Executive Jason Cooper. Jason.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much for that introduction as well. And really pleased to be here today for this presentation. Some of the slides here that we've got, we actually used in our recent capital raise, which we did back in May, which was successful. And so we'll use this as the thesis for our communication today. So as Andrew said, we are the world leading environmental intelligence platform. And what we obsess about inside Envirosuite is this really simple question. How will industry use technology today to manage environmental impact on tomorrow? We all can understand the huge focus that we all have on the environment, and we want to be proactive in how we, as industry, are actually leveraging technology to drive those improvements through. So our organisation is really focused on this question. We're a purpose-driven company, and we're really focused on this term environmental intelligence. And we believe this is the key to improving the well-being of people and planet. And we've been focused on this journey for some time. If you actually put into Google and look for environmental intelligence, you'll start to uncover more and more around that. But we are the front and center and truly the global leader in this. Importantly, our technology is based on science. As the introduction said, the company was born out of consulting, a strong scientific background. And so our models, whilst being fantastic from a user interface and user experience, more importantly, are backed on the science understanding. And that's the area that we differentiate in the past. And that's the area that we will continue to differentiate, helping our customers act faster, perform better, and realize their full potential within that environmental intelligence umbrella. So as a snapshot, we have 3 software products. So we are a technology company, and we go to market with 3 different software product suites. EVS Omnis is our broad environmental intelligence cloud-based platform, and that has been implemented globally in 207 sites. We focus primarily around mining, industrial, waste, and wastewater. And it is with this that we've been able to get some amazing customers from BHP to Veolia, and this is going around global deployments. Our EVS Aviation software platform has 163 sites, and this has got everything from accounts here in Australia to the Heathrows to Los Angeles to New York. Most of the major aviation customers that we have got, you probably would have flown through those airports. And EVS Water is a new technology that we've actually launched recently. This is a startup within our business, and we're starting to see some good traction in that. The EVS Instrumentation, which you'll see on the lower left, that is some IoT sensor that we make to serve our customers. And what it provides is high-level fidelity at the edge to understand some of those environmental parameters. Whilst it's important to mention, our software platforms are totally agnostic to the data ingestion, so the hardware. We do actually make some of our IoT hardware where we can provide a differentiated offering. You may have seen recently, we updated our Q4 results, and we now have a business recurring revenue of 46.5 million Australian dollars. It's incredibly exciting. We've seen really strong growth this year. That revenue is split between 3 different regions: Americas, EMEA, and Asia Pacific. With Asia Pacific now the strongest of those 3 regions, but actually from a growth perspective, we're starting to see huge traction in the North American market. So we provide software as a service and solution as a service, which includes some of that IoT hardware. And importantly, I really want to hit on this. This is the broadest capability of any company in the world doing predictive modeling to take in noise, vibration, odor, dust, air quality, and water quality. So Q4 highlights. Incredibly pleased to announce on our last quarter was another record quarter. That's 2 successive record quarters that we've had. So 4.7 million of new revenue, and that was made up of 2.3 million recurring revenue and a further 2.4 from one-off project sales or hardware sales. Important part for our business model. Another key statistic that we took out of Q4 was the huge percentage there. 75% of that new revenue sales came from existing customers. So our land, expand, and scale business model is working successfully. The exciting journey here, well, is the growth of Omnis. So Omnis, being our broad EI platform, had 26% growth with a constant FX. That shows exceptional growth, and that really is the backbone of this company. We know that this is the growth story, and that's where we're going to be investing our effort moving forward. In the midst of COVID-19, we were also able to grow our aviation business by 5%. That is a remarkable story. Given the challenges that are out there for our customers, we really were able to focus on differentiated software offering to drive that value. We keep churn very low at 2%, and that's actually reducing quarter on quarter. Really importantly is our funnel moving forward. We actually have a very strong demand and pipeline which is building. Recently, we've brought in a much stronger focus around account management and actually using those amazing customers to drive greater traction and greater value, more at the enterprise level. So what is environmental intelligence? We take environmental inputs in the green box, such as weather, vibration, noise, water, dust and air quality, or it might even be flight tracking information. We then harness the power of machine learning, our scientific models and scientific excellence, many decades of experience, and being able to do that with our own developed proven data algorithms. It's with this insight, our customers now can receive predictive modeling, real-time alerts, and trusted quality insights, and enabling our customers and the companies to have that automated compliance analysis. And so in the end, our customers have increased production and the tangible cost savings that exist. If we look now at the macro drivers that we are starting to leverage, we know that environmental risks are increasing. 3 out of the top 5 global risks are led by extreme weather. We know that global water infrastructure is at a critical path, and the investment that is required is immense. We know that air pollution is one of the most significant factors contributing to 7 million deaths each year. And we also know that mega cities are going to be increasing. By 2025, which is just around the corner, there will be 33 mega cities. We also know that industries have to act now. The requirements from ESG disclosures are actually driving a massive awareness for our customers. Digital transformation is helping our customers understand the huge opportunity that they have in front of them, and the investment that is there is actually driving huge demand for us. Recently, we saw the Biden administration change policy, which is actually providing a huge amount of stimulus in the order of $2.3 trillion into infrastructure. And within one of our key sectors, mining and industrial, social license to operate is the #1 business risk. So at a macro level, there never has been a stronger time to get involved for our customers and us to have those relationships. Envirosuite is the fundamental platform to help our customers achieve their ESG criteria, being environment, social, and governance, as well as supporting SDG, which is Sustainable Development Goals. We help water, we help with good health, we help driving industry and innovation, and bringing cities and communities and the workforce around that in unison. We do know that we are scratching the surface. Today, with our revenue of 46.5 million, whilst it's fantastic, we know that there's significant growth opportunities. Aviation represents a market of 194 million with the current product offering today. Omnis, 1.2 billion, again, with our current offering. And in water, which has got the biggest market, 2.8 billion. And whilst we only have 3 customers today, we can see a really strong pipeline for our activities this year. Importantly, within Omnis, we're staying focused on a few verticals: mining, industrial, waste, and wastewater. So our competitive advantage is built on being the broadest environmental intelligence company in the world. We have aviation, we have Omnis, and we have the water product. Our business advantage in our business model is we have the first mover advantage. This is really important in the technology game, and you'll see loads of examples around the world where the first mover does have a competitive advantage, not only from the customer acquisition path, but also from bringing in technology. We've proven out our product market fit, and we understand that through these huge relationships we've got with customers, they also are providing innovation opportunities for us on a daily basis. But the re-signing and the expansion of those shows us that we do have product market fit today. We have global presence, and on the back of the EMS acquisition last year, we now know we've got strong presence to serve our customers. We're able to bring in new ideation to our customer base efficiently and with some degree of confidence. Our switching barriers are very high. So once we have a customer, through the way that we integrate with our customers' portfolio and we help them on the technology drive, that switching barrier is actually quite high. The importance of the problem statement is growing, and I would suggest that this is the year that has become the most relevant for Envirosuite. But each year it's becoming more and more. So we will see an uptrend in this moving forward. Our low churn is actually a remarkable story, and that is coming down quarter on quarter. In the last 5 months, we've switched Envirosuite to be a product-led, sales-focused organisation, and we're investing into product. We know that we have some of the brightest minds within our group, leading the charge within this environmental intelligence domain, leveraging the scientific models and continuing to build out new models. We're also leveraging the power of our tools that are available to us, such as machine learning. We're working through workflows to help customers gain better insights, and our technology does create value. We will continue to innovate through our own expertise and building out advisory with our customers. This triangle goes some way to explain our core value. Whilst we understand that the event will happen and there is data ingestion, those 2 points there are not unique. But where it does become unique is our ability to turn that into information, then knowledge, and then decision. And this EVS differentiator at the top of this triangle is actually how we're able to charge a higher value because of the ability for our customers to make those decisions in a predictive way. And these decisions and this data, we're scratching the surface about the insights that we will glean. We all know the power of artificial intelligence. We're starting to understand the power of environmental intelligence. Our success has been based on this, or recent success has been based on this model and making this repeatable and scalable across our entire organization. Our land, expand, and scale model is something that, as an example here with tech resources, we've been able to grow it from one site and now looking to expand that out to many more sites this year. It also goes to show you the value of the platform at an enterprise level, of which we are focusing on. So Omnis, as I said before, has 207 clients, $14.6 million of annual recurring revenue on this platform. If we take an example within Omnis, and I'm going to give mining as one example, we're able to help a mining customer predict with a high degree of certainty what the mine site will be at 4 p.m. tomorrow so that they can do their planning and understand where their assets are being used, the impacts to staff, and really importantly, the impacts to the communities that they impact and surrounding areas. It's with these environmental parameters automatically coming into our cloud-based solution, we're able to drive that decision to help our customers really drive their revenue, their top line, as well as managing their risk and also optimizing their business results. With Aviation, it's our larger business. It's 31.8 million of recurring revenue. Very low churn, but also a very high average revenue per site there, 195,000. An example within Aviation is when a plane comes into land at an airport, and take Sydney Airport, we can understand with a high degree of accuracy the flight path that that plane took, how it actually arrived on the tarmac, what noise was emitted, and what envelope that it had an impact to. If somebody there is complaining because of excessive noise, we're able to track with a high degree of accuracy which plane that was and whether or not they did actually exceed the noise, the dB range. We're at the forefront of driving innovation in aviation. Recently, we were awarded a contract with NASA in a consortium to help provide the next level of flight, which is around supersonic travel. And it will be our software that works with NASA to define what is the impact of the supersonic travel within communities and within airports. And we were very successful in that bid, beating out multi-billion-dollar companies with our advanced software capabilities. Within water, our new startup, now having 3 sites, we have 2 core products, which is Designer and Optimizer. Designer helps consulting engineers around the world design water facility plants efficiently. This reduces the time that consultants have to spend in models and improves their return and also the outcome for them and their customers. We also have Optimizer, which is a software platform that connects into SCADA systems without the need for any instrumentation. Now, this uses artificial intelligence and deterministic modeling to quickly understand what the impact is of a water facility. It can be applied to desal plants and water, potable water, etc. Very broad. Within that, we are globally unique, and we're actually able to provide a return on investment for our customers, saving energy costs, as well as actually reducing the chemical dosage that goes in. Again, leveraging that predictive modeling to understand what is the impact to our customers. We have a very strong water pipeline. We've presented this out to some of our global customers, and we're getting huge demand in many of our English-speaking countries. We're focused on building that out to our English-speaking countries to start with, and then build out our capability. But that is an incredibly exciting opportunity. Lastly, from a product offering, we have our instrumentation, our IoT business. So we have two key lines here, which is Enos, the ability to detect smell in different areas. Those that follow Envirosuite on social media would have seen something recently where we actually were successful with New Jersey. And it'll be an interesting story to follow, and we'll be giving further updates as we put this in. But we're helping there with a wastewater treatment facility and understanding how the impact of smell affects the local communities in that New Jersey area, as well as being world leading in our vibration and noise monitoring terminals. So our strategic focus areas is 4 parts. 1, accelerate growth through customer acquisition. As you will have seen from the last 2 releases, we've had 2 successive quarters. The sales team are focused on creating value for our customers, and they're aligned with using our SaaS proven selling model. We will continue to invest into our product innovation, and our recent capital raise was to support further differentiate in our product innovation, to bring Omnis to the market quickly and to serve the need that we are seeing, certainly in the North American market. We will continue to invest in making our business model more scalable and improving the gross margin. And we're focused on using people, process, and technology to efficiently improve that gross margin result. And then lastly, we want to focus on our customer success program to make sure that our customers are valued from the moment that they have a first call from us to implementation, to going through and signing multi-year contracts with them. And it is our customers at the end of the day that will see the value in our software and the value in our offering today and in the future. So with that, I would like to pause.
Jason, thanks very much for your presentation. Well, let's go to, we've got a couple of questions coming your way. You've talked about the water business there. Andrew wants to know specifically, I guess, how that water business is going in the US. Maybe you can talk about that growth opportunity there.
Yeah, so it's actually going quite well. What we have done is we've got a dedicated sales team on the water part, both in North America, here in Australia, and about to sign someone in Europe. The North American pipeline is fairly strong within water utilities, as well as in that consulting engineering space. So the pipeline, on the capital raise, we were talking between 23, 25 sites this year. We actually have a pipeline where we've already identified that target. And this is only in the first month. So we will see that moving forward. We do know that in the North American part, that there will be some early testing parts to prove the value, but we're already seeing that core value, the value proposition is resonating.
Okay. Jason, given the current environmental regulatory framework that we're seeing in the public space across the globe at the moment, just wondering how you're seeing opportunities present themselves as a result of that, but also obviously as companies seek to meet ESG targets.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing a much larger increase. Actually, I was talking to a senior executive last week around this, about their understanding from social, how their facility, their asset does impact the community that they surround. And they're really wanting to be proactive in how they support the community and the transparency that requires as well. I think that the ESG is so important to companies. And for many companies, their flow of funds and their investment is predicated on them being proactive in having, a honest, compliance-driven platform, understanding where they're leading, where they need to improve, and sharing that to both their investors and the communities that they surround. So this is something that we're seeing a huge uptick in.
Okay, thanks for that. A question from Jackson, very relevant at this point, is Envirosuite looking at how it can provide COVID fragment analysis of wastewater in communities around the world to help with the ongoing COVID situation?
We looked at that when COVID first had an outbreak, and we decided that we would not go down that path in the short term. The reason we chose that is because of our, we weren't fully penetrated into wastewater facilities at that time. I think if we, in a couple of years' time, we would have far greater penetration in those markets. And we have focused on the differentiation being around odor. It's not to say that we would not consider future investment thesis to understand what those fragments might be and how we can actually help utilities, authorities stay ahead of those issues.
And Jason, a big picture question for you. Where do you see the company in 5 years?
Look, environmental intelligence is going to be on everyone's lips. This is going to be one of the most exciting Australian companies that we have. The fact that we have this opportunity in front of us and have these big global customers, we're only scratching the surface on that, Sam. So I see this as one company to follow, not based on false promises here, but this is going to be such a pressing issue. So yeah, very excited to watch this journey.
Jason, thanks very much for your presentation and thanks for joining us from Envirosuite.
Thanks, Andrew.